Whenever you create a new ASP.NET Core project, then you can notice that in your project solution there is a file, JSON file with name app settings. This app settings files is very important in the concept of ASP.NET Core application. Today in this video we will learn what is this app settings file and how can we use whatever is the feature of this app settings file in our application. Let's start. Let's quickly have a look on the agenda of this video. We will start from what is app settings.json file, what is the configuration service, how can we use this configuration service in our ASP.NET Core MVC application, how can we get the data from app settings.json file. Let's quickly open the Visual Studio. So again we are back to our Bookstore web application, and if I open the solution of this particular project, then you can notice at the bottom side we have a new JSON file with name app settings.json. Let's quickly click on this app settings.json file. Over here you can notice that we have stored some information in form of JSON. Now let's understand what is the use of this app settings.json file. Whenever you create a new ASP.NET Core MVC application or any other application in any of the programming language, then there are some things that you need to write in the configuration mode. So you do not want to write them as a hard coded in your application. You want to read that data from some other place, so that in future if there is a need to change those settings, then you can update them quickly without deploying your application again. Now let's understand what all things can we store in this app settings.json file. Connection string. Connection string is something that needs to be updated for all the environment. For example, you have a new database for your development environment. You have another database for the QA environment. You have another database for the production environment. Similarly, you might have more than 3 environments in your application setting. So all these things you can define in your app settings. Then suppose you are sending some emails by using SMTP server. Then all the settings of your SMTP mail server, you can define all of them over here in this app settings.json file. There are a couple of examples, just like application name or whatever information you want to store in the configuration mode, you can define all of them over here in this app settings.json file. Now if you think how many app settings file we can have in our application, and the answer is that you can have n number of app settings.json file in your application based on the development. And what does it mean based on the environment? It means for your environment you can create n number of JSON files. So suppose this is the common app settings.json file. It is not dependent on any environment. It is common to everything. Suppose I want to override some settings for the development environment, then I can create one file over here, app settings.development.json. Now if I'm running my application in development mode, then whatever settings I have defined in this development.json file, those settings will override the values that we have defined in this app settings.json file. For example, we have written same things over here. We have same settings of logging over here as well. Now suppose I have updated these values in this development file, and then I'm running this application in development mode. Then the application will read these settings from this development.json file, not from this app settings.json file. Let's quickly create a new file for the production environment. But to add, choose new item, then you can search for JSON. So this time instead of using this development, I want to use production. Here you can notice a new file has been added into your solution, and this file will work only for the production environment. That is all about app settings, that we can store the configurable things into our app settings file, and we can define these settings based on the environment. Now, how can we read these settings from this app settings.json file? There must be something in our application that will read these settings so that we can apply these settings in our application or in our code. Now if you are working with ASP.NET Core MVC, then there is something that is already installed in your application by .NET Framework. Let's have a look quickly on that. So let's open the program.cs file, and in this program.cs file, here you can notice that we have written a line host.createDefaultBuilder. So this is something very important that set some default things for our application. And here you can notice that we have something that is called I configuration. And let's read this line. load app I configuration from app settings.json and app settings.environment name.json. It means we can use this I configuration service in our application to read the things that we have defined into our app settings.json file or app settings.environment based JSON file. Just quickly have a look on other lines as well, that this I configuration is also used to get the data from this environment variable, command line arguments, user secret and environment variables and command line arguments. App settings is not the only place to define your configuration. There are couple of other places as well. Based on your requirement, you can use these configuration file. Suppose I want to store some password in the configuration mode, then app settings.json file is not the recommended one. You need to use the user secret for that one. Now we are clear with two things at this time. We can define the settings in app setting.json file. Second one, to read these settings, we need to use I configuration service. Now the question is, how can we use these services into our application? And the answer is that if you have seen the previous videos of this tutorial, where we were talking about dependency injections, and those dependency injections were used to register the services and to use the services. So we will use the same thing into this application as well. Now remember, this I configuration is registered automatically by the ASP.NET Core framework. In order to use this I configuration, you need to inject this into your particular file and you can use this I configuration. Let's use it. Now let's open the home controller. Suppose I want to read some settings in this index action method of this home controller. So first of all, we need to create a new constructor. To create a new constructor, you can type ctor and press the tab twice. Okay, so here you can define your configuration. Let's resolve the namespace. Let's generate a field as well. Now we are all set to read the settings from this app settings.json file. By using this configuration, we can read the settings. Okay, suppose let's write where result is equals to configuration. Now let's define some settings in our app settings file so that we can read them over here. Okay, so here suppose here I'm writing app name and bookstore from main JSON file. Okay. Now suppose I want to read this key from this app settings.json file. Now over here you can simply use a square bracket, and in the square bracket you need to define your key. What is the key? App name, and that's it. Let's verify the result. Let's put a breakpoint over here. Let's run this application. Let's see what we got into a result variable, and here you can notice that the same value that we have defined into our app settings file, that is available over here in this result variable. Let's click on the continue button. Now let's try to understand how can we read the values from an object. Suppose here I'm writing info obj and then key 3 obj1. I have defined an object with name info obj. It has 3 keys, key 1, key 2, key 3. Key 3 again is an object. So we will try to understand how can we read the settings from this key 1, key 2 and this key 3 obj1. Let's go back to this home controller. Over here again, let's copy this code, paste it again. Let's write key 1. Now suppose I want to read the settings from this key 1, then I need to start the reading from this info obj. So first I need to copy this settings. Let's paste it over here, then put the colon after this name and then enter the name of your child key. That's it. Let's do the same thing for rest as well. So this time I want to read the settings for the second key. Then the third one is again an object. Let's run this application again in the debug mode. Okay, let's verify the values. So it is same. Then key 1, we have key 1 value, second key2 value, and at the last we have the value from this third object and the first key. This is how you can read the values from app_settings.json file. Now let's understand what will happen if I will define the same things in the environment based JSON file also. Let's go back to our app settings file. Now let's copy all these settings, go back to the development file, and over here let's paste all these informations. It's like this, and here we can write development file. Then let's add a D after each line so that we can identify the information, and let's also do the same thing in the production file. So here I am adding P after each line. Now without making any change, let's run this application again in the debug mode. Okay, so let's verify the result. This time you will notice that we are getting the details from our development file. You can notice that D is available at the last of each value. Now if you want to read the settings from your production file, then you need to update your environment variable so that it can read from the production file. We have already discussed the environment variable in one of our previous video, so you can have a look on that video if you do not have any information about environment variable, or you can simply open this properties folder, click on the launch settings. We can update our environment variable by using this key. Let's update to the production. Let's save all the changes, run this application again in the debug mode. This time you will notice that the application is reading these values from our production file. Let's verify the result for all the keys. We have P at the last of each value. Here is the P. Again we have P at the last. Now let's click on the continue button. Now what will happen if I do not have any key over here? Suppose I do not have this app name file into my production file. Okay, let's again run this application. So let's see what is available in this result variable. Now it is reading the value from our main.json file. How is this happening? It means if something is not defined into your production based file, then the application will read the key from the main file. Whatever settings you have defined in your environment based file, those settings will override whatever you have written into your app_settings.json file. You can also inject this iConfiguration service in some other files of your application. Suppose I want to inject the same thing into my one of the repository. Let's open the repository folder, and over here we have written book repository. And if you remember, in the previous video we were reading the name of our application from this getAppName method. Now suppose I want to read the setting from my app settings file in this repository class. Let's see how can we do that. So as the first task, we need to inject this service into our constructor. Let's put a comma, iConfiguration. Let's put our mouse over here and press control dot or control period and click on this field. Either you can use the same name or you can update your name based on some other nomenclature. So we can update it like this. And now we can use this configuration variable to read the settings from our app_settings.json file. Okay. Suppose I want to read the name of our application from this app settings file, and the key for this one is app name. That's it. Let's update the name, bookstore. Suppose here I'm writing app. Now let's open the header.cs HTML parcel view, and remember in the previous video we have injected our service over here in this header.cs HTML, and we are reading the name from this repository and we are displaying it over here. Now let's run this application by pressing Ctrl F5, and here you can notice that we are getting the name of our application from the app settings file. What is the name? Bookstore app. Let's open the Visual Studio, go back to the app settings file, and let's update this name. Just save the changes, go back to the browser, refresh the page, and here you can see that we are getting the updated name. It means we are getting these values without even building our solution. So what does it mean? It means we do not need to deploy our application again and again if we are making some change into our app_settings.json file. Now remember, we are using this book service over here in this view file. In the same manner, we can also use the eye configuration service in our any one of the view file. So let's use the eye configuration. Let's save our changes. Let's use inject keyword over here. Okay, then let's remove this book repo at the rate, and we can read our settings directly from the app settings into this view file. What is the key name? The key name is app name, and we can remove this book repo from here. Let's save all the changes. Again run this application by pressing Ctrl F5, and notice we have the name from the app settings file. Let's update this name again. Go back to the browser, refresh the page, and the name has been updated. So you can read these settings at any place in your application based on your requirement. That is all in this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, your feedback into the comment section, share this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.